So you see, making biscuits involves really simple ingredients, and we'll want to place our dry ingredients, the flour, the baking soda, the baking powder, and our salt into a bowl and stir together, and then add in our chilled cubed butter. We cube our butter before we add it into our mixture so that it's nice and even, and that way cutting it into our dry mixture is much easier. We want to cut it until no butter is larger than the size of a pea, so it's really small and resembles breadcrumbs. And then we add in our nice, beautiful buttermilk, which helps to give us a really beautiful, like flaky texture. This is the only moisture in our biscuits, and so this is essential in helping them rise, and it also activates the baking soda. So we'll want to combine our ingredients until we form our dough, and then we'll want to halve the dough. I've got a dough scraper here. It helps just keep things as even as possible, and helps me combine those layers as simply as possible and keep the edges nice and even once we start to roll it out. And then we'll just want to squish all those layers together. So that's how we get all of this flaky layering in our biscuits, and we don't need to knead the dough. As you see here, we see all the layers, and then we'll want to shape. If we're going to be cutting out our biscuits into round circles, we don't need to shape our edges quite so much, but we do want to make sure that we've really pressed our dough down as much as possible and compacted our layers before we begin rolling it out. I prefer to create larger biscuits than smaller ones, so I go for approximately like 9 biscuits, which sounds like a really odd number here, but somehow 9 just comes to a really like decent sized biscuit without it being too large. So we don't want our biscuits to be too big, because then the weight distribution as they rise and bake will be a little funny too. We have the option of either brushing our biscuits, the top of our biscuits, with milk or melted butter. You just go with what you prefer here, and then we'll want to place it in the oven and bake for 20 minutes until they're just beautifully really golden on top. And you see here some of them, like you can see the layers. We'll want to serve them up, preferably the day they're made, because that's when they're best, and whilst they're still a little warm. You can choose to serve these with a bit of butter and some jam, or a drizzle of honey, or even with some gravy. Do let me know in the comments below your thoughts, and subscribe for more videos like this.